Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with SPR contributor Jordan Sharp, and today we're going to be looking at how those odds have been acting up for that game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Houston Texans. How you doing today, Jordan?
Doing good, Dax. Thanks, man.
All right, man. So it was a pretty tough loss for the Eagles last week against the Cardinals in Arizona, and now they hit the road again to play against the Texans. Philly is 5-2 for the season, ranking 5th offensively and 26th defensively in the league overall. Now, as for the Texans, they're coming from a win against the Titans and have improved their record to 4-4. They're the 17th best offense and the 23rd worst defense of the league so far. Thing is that they are the 5th best at running the ball. Now, as for the odds, PinnacleSports.com opened this one at -2.5 in favor of the Eagles. Since then, that line has dropped to -2 and has held true, with the only exception of 5Dimes, who right now has the Eagles at -1. This one is a tough game to cap without a doubt. Now, what's your take here on this game, my man? Where do you see this line closing before kickoff?
Yeah, this is really going to be a very, very good game. This is probably one of my more favorite matchups of the week, I think. It does seem like the line has pretty much settled in at 2 points. It does seem like there is a pretty good mixture of betting on either side of this game, a little bit in favor of Philadelphia, obviously, which has kind of influenced the line just a little bit. But I think 2 points is probably where we're going to see this line finish up. It's a pretty intriguing one because the Philadelphia offensive line has been pretty shaky this season. Houston's pass rush with Jadeveon Clowney now coming back, it's going to be just doubly dangerous. And I wouldn't mind I think a Houston Texans home underdog money line bet here either. The Eagles, they're a very good football team, but on the road, they haven't exactly been the pillar of success this year. So what do you think, Dax? What side of this line do you like?
I mean, I wouldn't go as far as taking the Texans on the money line, just considering the fact that they got Ryan Fitzpatrick throwing ducks all day. So that might sway me to more of a spread bet. I mean, I'd actually be comfortable taking those 2.5 points, just because of the fact that I know that they're going to run a lot the ball with Arian Foster. And J.J. Watt, as you said, he's going to come back with his boy Clowney right now. And those two guys playing together, they're going to be monstrous, and they're going to definitely make it completely difficult for Nick Foles. But, putting a money line bet on the Texans right now, I mean, it sounds very tempting. It's just a little too risky, in my opinion, man.
Well, I mean, Philadelphia has lost their last 2 road games. Obviously, Houston is not, San Francisco and Arizona, who I believe their last 2 road games have been. But, I think the Texans, as long as Fitzpatrick can manage the game and they can run the ball and keep Philadelphia's offense off the field, I mean, I think they're going to have no problem running the football on Philadelphia. I mean, and probably not passing the ball. I mean, they're probably going to have anything they want. And their offensive diversification is pretty good. They have a good mixture of offensive weapons. I mean, if Fitzpatrick just manages the game and doesn't turn the ball over, which obviously is a big if when you're talking about Ryan Fitzpatrick, but as long as he doesn't turn the ball over, I mean, this is actually, I think, a pretty good wager. I mean, I wouldn't be so cautious. I do think the Texans could possibly pull this out here. It would be a pretty, I think, contrarian play. But, I think this, like I say sometimes, I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles are a very, very good football team, but, the sportsbooks only have them as a 2-point favorite. Is that a trap? Do they want you to bet Philadelphia -2 because they know Houston has a chance to win this game? I don't know. That's kind of is kind of my thinking here with the Houston Texans suggestion.
I mean, all your points are totally valid. I mean, the fact that the Eagles are way better offensively than the Texans right now, I mean, that does state that they have the advantage in this case. And it definitely could be a trap that books want you to actually bet on them just because of that. Now, we do have to consider the fact that the Texans, they're going to be playing at home, so they're going to have that home field advantage, which could also help them. But, like I say, dude, I mean, it's a little too risky for me to actually bet on the Texans just because of the fact that, we've seen them play so far this season, and they haven't really done anything to surprise us and show us that they're a team that could be, a potential playoff contender or anything like that, which, obviously with Fitzpatrick, they're not going to make it anywhere. But, to actually bet on them on the money line straight up, it's just a little too risky in my book. I'd go with the Texans, but taking the points, just because of the fact that I'd feel that a little bit more comfortable having that cushion there.
All right, well, hear this. So, I mean, it's only a 2-point cushion, so that's not really a popular line in football. So I think there's not much more risk in taking the money line. You're definitely going to get more value. Texans have only played 3 home games so far this season. They beat Washington pretty easily and covered. They beat Buffalo, and they lost to Indianapolis by 5 points, which was a very tough game on a short week on Thursday Night Football. So And the reason I think we haven't seen them play, in well, is just because they've been on the road so much. I mean, they didn't have a very good showing in New York. They lost, but they took Dallas obviously to overtime. They had a close one-score game against Pittsburgh, and they won against Tennessee on the road. I mean, bad football team. They're not a great football team, and you're right. Ryan Fitzpatrick is probably the reason why they haven't taken that ascension from middling 8-8 team to do which is probably what they are, to a potential playoff team in the AFC. But for this game against the very shabby Eagles defense, I might add, I think that they have a chance to keep this close, control the clock, run the football, and get the win. I'm not backing down, Dax. I think I smell another gentleman bet here.
All right, my man. It sounds like a plan. Then I'll take the points, and you can go ahead and take the Texans straight up on the money line, man.
All right, man.
Good stuff, dude. All right, Jordan. As always, it's a pleasure talking football with you, and I look forward to doing this again next week, man.
All right, thanks, Dax.
No problem. For SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.